In its heyday, in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, the Oliver Corporation, by 1960 a subsidiary of the White Motor Corporation, manufactured and sold farm equipment, most notably tractors produced in Charles City, Iowa. Oliver wanted to market its tractors to farmers and dealers and employed various advertising techniques to do so. One rhetorical strategy Oliver repeatedly utilized was an emphasis on future-thinking language and imagery. In order to sell to the farmers of today, Oliver had to convince them that their green and yellow tractors were the equipment of the future. In the video Agri-Future, cartoon images of the predicted farm implements and agricultural landscape of 2056 pan over the screen. At one time, the narrator theorizes that livestock will be grown in buildings that look more like high-rise apartments than barns. Agri-Future's vision places a heavy emphasis on the implementation of robots and highly technical equipment to make farming easier. The video concludes with "White builds the future." There is, however, no footage of White or Oliver implements, only still illustrations of a proposed future of advanced agricultural machinery, and White wants the consumer to believe that this amazing future will occur through the manufacture of new White and Oliver products. Another tactic used by Oliver and White in their marketing videos to distinguish them as a company of the future was contrasting new equipment with footage of old farming strategies.
In the mid-30s, the row crop 70 with its tiptoe wheels and high compression engine revolutionized tractor design. Today, the 2150 with its turbocharged diesel engine is setting the pace. And when Oliver observed its 100th anniversary in 1948, it was a two-bottom pull-type TNT. Today, it's the 568 semi-mounted two-level tillage plow in sizes up to 8 bottoms. Then, it was the 40 combine and 40 acres per day with a 12-foot cut. Now, it's the 5555 with a 22-foot header or a 6-row corn head and double the harvesting capacity. And in the 40s, at least one man was still required to complete the tie around a bale of hay. But today, it's automatic, and so is loading the bales into a wagon. From a narrow path to a mammoth spread. From 30 horsepower to 130.
The message was, look how hard farming used to be, but now, with the new equipment made by Oliver and White, farming can be easy.
The most versatile, the most practical, the most modern fleet of farm tractors ever built, faster and safer, easier and smoother.
Not only did this contrast draw attention to the company's historic roots with the more primitive equipment produced by their predecessors, the Oliver Chill Plow Company and Hart Parr, but it also solidified Oliver and White as more advanced and forward-thinking than their forebears or competitors. The most important example of Oliver playing into the idea of being a company of the future is the production of the XO-121 tractor and the associated film explaining its role in the development of the Fleetline tractors.
More efficient power, more flexible power, greater economy, long life. And they decide to build an experimental tractor engine that will be far ahead of its time. That will be, indeed, a giant stride into the future.
The advanced technology of the XO-121 was used to develop the 7-to-1 compression ratio of the Fleetlines. Oliver was making the tractors of their future, thanks to the experimental division and the XO. The Fleetlines were some of the most popular and highly produced tractors Oliver ever made. Showing images and ideas of the future was just one way Oliver marketed its machines, and the success of the Fleetlines is evidence of that strategy's efficacy.
We try to determine the future for ourselves. We plan our future. We decide our future. Then we're sure you'll fully realize just how far ahead in design and performance is the new Oliver Super Tractor of today.